Oh my word, I've never seen any such.
It's almost like he's...
David!
Sorry.
I'm now going right into the war, right into bomber planes flying straight overhead and bombing this place flat.
Oh, sorry. Oh. A face of a man with a long... Why? Is that what you've got? Please don't tell me it is. Oh! Something, just something. Did you hear that?
I can hear it again.
It is again.
Yeah. And again.
Oh!
What?
Something's literally just been thrown and it's just hit my ear.
Something just grabbed my arse.
Well, it wasn't me, I can assure you.
Huge welcome to Most Haunted Live, our third and final night from right here at the New Theatre Royal in Portsmouth, and a very warm welcome to viewers on FTN joining us for the first time tonight. What a weekend we have had. Would you agree? Yes! It has been fantastic. We were at Wimmering Manor on Friday. Last night we went to Southsea Castle, which was incredible, and we conducted, for the first time in television history, an experiment involving filtering out extraneous influences and distractions from a psychic. We buried Ian Shillitoe alive with Carl Beattie. They are coming up very soon to fill us in on their amazing experiences, and tonight we will be at the Royal Marines Museum on the Portsmouth seafront. Before the investigations get underway, let's say hello to Yvette Fielding and her fantastic team of investigators. Hello, Yvette. How you doing?
Hello, Paul. Hi, how are you doing? How's everybody in the audience? Hello to you. We're actually here outside the Royal Marine Barracks, ready to start our investigation. I've got David and Steve Parsons with me now. How are you feeling?
Apprehensive, but really excited.
Are you? What about you, Steve?
Fine, looking forward to it.
All right, let's crack on. We're going to crack on, Paul, straight away and with the investigation as we walk through the front door here. We've got the whole crew with us. We've got Stuart on camera. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. Hi, guys.
And the rest of the crew actually waiting for us in this amazing building, completely different from the last two locations that we've investigated. Kath and Richard Felix is here, Ian's here as well. Carl obviously is actually back in the studio with Ian Shillitoe, so he'll be joining us later on. So I'm relying on you straight away for you to give me your... No pressure then. Straight away to give me your first thoughts and feelings as you walk through the door.
Very first thing I feel is a host. I've got someone who has come down from the staircase here. So he's come down the staircase. He looks very much to me like a military steward, and I know them very well because I was one. Wasn't Royal Marine, obviously, but I was in the Royal Navy, so very similar. So, you know, they would probably disagree, I should say, the Royal Marines. This guy, white gloves, very smart uniform, looks more to me older and civilian, though, in his... do you know what I mean? He doesn't feel like a Royal Marine. He feels like he's working for Royal Marines. Probably, if I'm being honest, quite recently. This may be someone who has crossed over within the last 20, 25 years. He's very courteous, and he's taking us this way.
OK, we'll go right in here.
So the team are being led away by a rather courteous ghost. We're going to have updates throughout the evening. We have our webcams throughout the Royal Marines Museum. And as promised, let's welcome them back for their amazing experience, their very dangerous experience last night underground. Ian Shillitoe, our medium, and Carl Beattie, our investigator. Come on out, guys. It was an astonishing night last night, and just one thing I must ask you, Ian, is you said very early on, and Carl kind of conveyed it to us, that you were getting kind of floods of information, of messages, of experiences. Had anything like that, with that kind of depth of experience, happened to you before as a medium?
Never on that level, no. It was solid bam, 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 bam. Almost, I couldn't even begin to start to try and explain what these images were. But I think one of the reasons why that happened, I think they happen automatically anyway, but I think because we had all the exterior noise taken away, I could tune into it a little bit more.
OK, now, for you, Carl, it was, I would imagine, almost doubly pressured. You had the panic button near you. You also were talking to me and hearing what was going on up here, and you had to talk to Ian. Did his mood seem to change? Were there any physical changes in him? Did you get the sense that he was kind of being almost battered by messages?
Well, Ian by nature is a very calm person anyway, so and we've been speaking about this for the last few weeks, about this experiment and how we're going to do it and how we're going to feel. So when we laid in there and we actually went down, it was just very quiet and quite solemn, wasn't it? There was this, I mean, the biggest shock was the first sort of dirt going onto the top of the coffin.
Thrown by your beautiful wife, Yvette, of course.
Yeah, thanks for that.
With some vigour.
Yeah, apparently so.
OK, well, it was an amazing night. It was a television first. These two guys were buried alive for over 2 hours under 3 tonnes of earth. Let's remind ourselves what happened last night. Here we go. So there is that massive coffin being lowered in there. There's Yvette looking genuinely frightened. This is a TV first for Most Haunted Live.
OK, there is a spirit energy around us.
There is.
Yeah. I'm now going right into the war, right into bomber planes flying straight overhead and bombing this place flat. And I'm actually seeing them come literally straight off the sea. And it's actually quite horrific. I can hear it again.
It is again.
Yeah. And again.
Oh, hello.
Oh, well done.
Now, it's inevitable that when we show you highlights, it almost looks like a stunt, but it was a very serious experiment, and I think it's been justified by the amount of stuff you got, which kept our historian, Leslie Smith, beavering away overnight. There was so much going on down there. Is it something you'd like to do again, Ian?
I'd probably say yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I mean, it was just maybe, you know, other psychics do it as well, because I just think, you know, obviously it's as I say before, it's a very, you know, it's a very serious experiment. Don't do it at home without, I mean, there's lots of, you know, professional people looking after us and stuff, but it's a very, very interesting experiment, or another take on it maybe.
Now, you're very used to, I suppose, meditating is the word, because of your martial arts training, because of actually kind of being so focused. Did you feel more focused down there than you would say when you were training or in the dojo or something? Were you more into yourself, if that makes sense?
It was kind of a difficult thing because, as you said, you know, I was kind of trying to listen to you and talk to you and concentrate on what was going on. I couldn't sort of get into a meditationary state as such. But there was one point when we lost the feed, and it literally we had nothing, absolutely nothing. We had no feedback, no talkback. Everything had gone, and it was just this quiet place, and it was almost like a dreamland for about 2 or 3 minutes. It's weird.
It was very tranquil. The whole place was just, it actually felt quite comfortable at one point, which is really, really surreal.
OK, we're going to talk more about that later on, and I think it's inevitable we will repeat that experiment. For the moment, thank you, Ian and Carl. Carl, I know you've got to get off to join Yvette in the gang. Carl Beattie, Ian staying with us. Now, while Carl makes his way to the Royal Marines Museum, we're going to share with you why we think this particular venue merits our attention. Let's take a look.
The Royal Marines Museum is based at the former Eastney Barracks on the Portsmouth seafront and is housed in what were the magnificent officers' quarters. It is now custodian to an amazing collection that celebrates the illustrious history of the regiment. Not only is it the guardian of all 10 Victoria Crosses awarded to the Marines, but it is also reputed to be the home of several spectral beings. Tales abound amongst the staff of burly ex-Marines who would rather face the rigours of service than wander the museum alone in the dead of night. Tonight, we'll try to put some names and numbers to those hazy apparitions.
venue our investigators are braving as we speak. We've been joined by one of our experts tonight, Dr. Kieran O'Keefe. Hello, Kieran.
Good evening.
Now, have you changed your view about last night's experiment? I know you thought that Ian was very brave. You weren't overly impressed with the results, were you?
No, again, both Carl and Ian were very brave. The results for me, evidentially, some of the messages that came through, no, vague and ambiguous. But I was watching also psychological symptoms and maybe physical symptoms that would, you know, I thought might be panic, that sort of thing. So it's a fascinating night.
Now, Ian, I know you were particularly incensed by two things that Kieran said. One was this idea that you panicked. You said you had a tingling sensation, so did Carl, and Kieran said that was one of 13 indicators you were heading for a panic attack. That's all it was, mate. Nothing occult.
Well, I don't think I was. I mean, when I was younger, I used to get panic attacks, and that wasn't any part of it. And I know when a panic attack comes on, I know how you feel prior to a panic attack. That slightly chemical imbalance that you can get. And the tingling to me, as working as a psychic, working as a medium, is my calling card.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, there are 13 symptoms, and you may have had panic attacks before, but you need 4 of them for it to be a genuine panic attack. And you could have had any of those before. It's just in this particular state, in a coffin where you've never been before, you had those tingling
He was smiling, though,
sensations.
Kieran. He said he felt placid and tranquil. He wasn't panicking.
But let me finish. At the end of the day, right, from my perspective as a psychologist, when you look at the symptoms, there are 13 of them. You could have had any number of symptoms. I wasn't saying you had a panic attack, but you certainly had one of the symptoms. And it was, at the end of the day, may have been concern for you.
Yeah, well, I wasn't concerned at all, actually. I was very excited about the whole event, and panic was miles and miles away.
OK, this discussion is going to continue, because I want to hear more from you two guys. For the moment, thank you to Kieran O'Keefe and Shillito. As we go interactive, we are now going to hear from the man who's always at the cutting edge with his ears to the ground, Julian Clegg.
Thanks, Paul. Good evening. Great to have you there. And good evening from everyone on Interactive, because they're already buzzing down on the computer screens just below us here in the theatre. Now, we want you to get interactive as ever. We want you to go to our website, livingtv.co.uk. Our webcams are up and running now, and we want you to look at them and tell us what you see. Let's have a look at the webcams right now. Webcam 1 is on the stairs leading to the first floor picture gallery. Webcam 2 in the Education Centre in the North Wing. Webcam 3 is in the ground floor corridor at the heart of the building. There it is there. And webcam 4 is in a room on the top floor. Now, I want you to look at those. If you see anything unusual, any paranormal activity, let us know. This is how you can get in touch, obviously through the website. You can text me, text 83088, starting your message haunted, then a space, then MSG, and then don't forget to tell me what your message is and where you are and where you're from. Also, fax me, the fax number 0239 273 9495. We'd like to get your psychic art as well on that fax number. Now, your photo messages. These have been incredibly popular over the last 2 nights. Let's have some great ones again tonight. If you see something spooky at home, or you've got an orb in a picture you took on holiday, anything like that, I want to receive your photo messages. Here's the number, 07725 203 049. They cost 50p. You must be over 18 to send a photo message, by the way. And do get permission from whoever's in a picture, because they might land up on the telly a little bit later on. Lots of details on that on our website, livingtv.co.uk. OK? Now, let's move on to our competition tonight. Another great prize this evening. 2 winners could drive off with an absolutely amazing prize tonight, folks. We're giving away 2 brand new Peugeot Luddix Snake scooters. Yeah, very nice. If you'd like to win these, all you have to do is answer this question. And by the way, runners-up will get the new Most Haunted Live 4 DVD, signed by all the crew, so that's worth having as well this evening. Here's the question. What is the name of the famous ship that sank near Portsmouth? Was it A, Mary Lily, B, Mary Daisy, or C, Mary Rose? Let me know. Call right now, 09015 339910, or if you're a digital satellite viewer, press your red button right now. It costs £1 to do that, and you must be over 18 to enter. And the lines close at midnight. We'll talk to the winner of those lovely scooters on our Your Say show after midnight. More from Interactive a bit later on, but for the moment, Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. We're going to take the shortest of short breaks now. When we return, Yvette Fielding and the gang will be deep inside the Royal Marines Museum in Portsmouth. Don't miss it. Back in a moment. Welcome back to Most Haunted Live and our final night in Portsmouth. Let's go straight back to the Royal Marines Museum where Yvette and the team are in mid-investigation. How you doing, Yvette?
We're okay, we're doing fine, thanks very much, Paul. We've come into one of the first main rooms. It's an actually beautiful room, it really, really is. And the whole building has a great atmosphere about it. As I said before at the beginning of the show, it has a totally different atmosphere to the other locations that we've already investigated. So I think tonight, I don't know whether David can say whether I'm right or wrong, it's a whole new different feel, different feeling, different sort of vibes. The atmosphere is totally changed.
It is here. What I really don't want, though, is people lulled into false sense of security. Because as I'm walking around here, I'm aware of further up the building that there could be something quite not right. Doesn't feel as pleasant.
What do you mean? A particular spirit person that doesn't want us here? The usual that we sometimes get?
Well, I'm not sure about that. What I've been aware, this is quite clearly a social space. Drinking, eating, enjoying yourself, mess dinners, etc., etc. But, you know, I like to tune in and get past the residuals. Now, I've got our little friend who's shown us around. This
is the gentleman that you picked up coming down the stairs. Now, what happened there? What happened there outside? What? Did you see that, Stuart?
Somebody just came downstairs.
What is it?
It's a 10-pence piece.
It's a 10-pence piece.
I assume it's that.
Did it come down the stairs?
You saw it, didn't you?
Someone just came down there.
You were here? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. I just heard it come down. If it is that.
It'd be more impressive if it was an old coin. Now,
I don't know.
What do you think to that?
I don't know. I thought it was something else. I thought it was.
We all heard it from in there.
It sounded like it hit the banister when it came down.
Can we not rewind the webcams? Because if that's got a shot down here, you might see something happening.
Yeah, I don't know if Paul and everybody in the studio if we can do something, maybe have a look on the webcam, see if we can see something flying through there. They're actually looking back now, I've been told. Now, another thing that's happened, two things. First of all, to let you know that Carl is with us as well. He's joined the investigation, which is great. Secondly, when we first came in here, David actually mentioned that he saw sort of a military-type gentleman that was sort of present and coming down the stairs. Then, Kath mentioned that she had actually seen something on the stairs. What did you see?
When I walked in here, I was just looking round and I thought I saw at the corner of my eye a figure just walked past the window and the curtains were moving, the net curtains, and I kind of said to one of the guys, did you see that? I said, yeah, that's one of the stories. I didn't know that at all. So that was interesting.
All right. So this gentleman that you mentioned in the room that we've just come out from, he's here.
Yeah, he's a guy, but the point I'm trying to make and why I'm concerned is getting past the residuals, there is another character that was wandering around here. He's presenting, I'm not suggesting he was like this in life, but he's doing it for a reason. He's presenting as unshaven, dark rings, worried, crouched, hunched, and looking like, you know, they look like this.
Oh, gosh.
So they look at you, and this is in my astropvision. He looked specifically at me like this.
Oh, right.
And then went up.
Okay.
So that's a warning. That's a kind of like, see you later.
So who's upstairs?
Steve Parsons.
Okay, all right, fine. Should we go up the stairs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's follow him.
Are you all right, Stu? Are you OK going backwards up the stairs, or do you want to follow us?
No, I'm fine.
All right. So, I can't quite believe that we've actually already had, you know, this coin thrown down at us. Now, these two gentlemen that you've actually come up with, do you have any names for them yet? I know it's early.
Yeah, it's early. Not yet.
OK.
The older gentleman is calling me sir.
OK.
So, and he would call you mom. He's very respectful.
This is the first gentleman on the stairs?
Very first one. Other one's gone. The other one's gone and he's waiting.
OK. What time period are we talking about? From looking at, maybe can you see their clothes?
I think the
So no name yet, but some intriguing indications already, including, with that tossed coin, possible poltergeist activity. Remember, you all have an opportunity to get involved. Here's Julian Clegg to tell you how. Julian.
Thanks, Paul. Now, we're going to run a psychic art experiment tonight. Now, this is always interesting. We want you to think about the spirits that may haunt the Royal Marines Museum. I've got some pictures, which I'll show later, of some people that may well do haunt the Royal Marines Museum. Then we'll compare your psychic art with the pictures. That's later in the show. So if you've never done this before, grab a piece of paper, pen or pencil, clear your mind. This is how it's supposed to work. And then maybe come up with a drawing or a figure of a spirit that haunts the Royal Marines Museum. Then when you've got that picture, how do you get it to me? Well, you can fax 0239 273 9495. Okay, that's the fax number. Or you can take a picture, a photo picture of the drawing, and then send it to us on this number, 07725 203 049. Those photo messages cost 50p. You must be over 18 to send those in, and then we'll compare and contrast later on in the show. So as many psychic art drawings as we can get, the better. Also, text your ideas to our text number, haunted space MSG. The number is 83088, and don't forget your name and where you're from. Those cost 50p as well. Lots of reaction already on the webcams. Thank you for all that. Lots of text, by the way, saying what happened to access all areas tonight. Thank you for all those messages from FTN and living viewers. We had a bit of a technical problem, but don't worry, access all areas will return on our summer solstice spectacular in June, I can promise you. But for the moment, Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. Summer solstice spectacular. You sprayed the camera there. You're watching Most Haunted Live on our final night from Portsmouth. We're going to take a break and a breather. We're going to be back with Yvette and the gang after this. Thank you and welcome back to the final night of Most Haunted Live from the home of the Royal Navy, right here in Portsmouth. And it's time now to find a volunteer to join our gallant band of investigators and Yvette Fielding at the Royal Marines Museum. One member of this audience is going to be our volunteer, our guinea pig for the evening. They're going to join Ian Shillitoe at the Royal Marines Museum. Let the spotlight pick that lucky person. Who's it going to be? I can't see the spotlight. Where is it? It is Julie Stallinland from Leeds. Where are you, Julie? There she is. And Ian Shillitoe is going with you, Julie. Hang on for him. Good luck, mate. Safe journey. After that, you're on your own. OK, Ian and Julie from Leeds are heading over there. Let's go straight back to the Royal Marines Museum and Yvette Fielding to find out what is occurring. And I wonder if we have a name yet. Back to you, Yvette.
Thanks, Paul. We're actually still at the same location that you left us in. We've sort of decided to stay here. Again, another sort of big meeting room. Now, you've also picked up on the fact that there's a woman here as well.
Yeah, she's more of a ghostly image. This is... I'm trying to interact with her, and I can't. Staircase... white gown, and I think she's just a replay that people might see every now and again. She's not interacting, she's just standing, fading, okay. Nothing from her.
Now, Steve, interestingly, you came up here and straight away you had something going on with your EMF.
Yeah, over by one of the windows, we're actually measuring static electricity, and I am getting some unusual readings.
What does that mean in your...
It means that there's a lot of static electricity around, but it's fluctuating. The levels are back to zero now.
So that could... If they were to stay at zero, that could affect us, make us feel things.
It could indeed. We'd feel being touched and stroked, for example.
Oh, right, OK. Right, let's move on. Anything else that you're picking up in this room, or should we just carry on and go straight through here?
Yeah, I want to carry on. I think this, for me, doesn't seem that active, to be honest.
This particular room?
It's just this little room here.
OK. Now, this is a completely different area. The sort of musical instruments in cases and things like that.
Royal Marine bands and stuff.
OK. Do you want to go straight through?
Yeah, I want to go straight through because I'm picking up on kiddies, and I don't know quite why, because they seem completely out of space. Do you know what I mean? They seem...
Yeah, that would be a bit unusual.
Yeah, absolutely. They seem really out. And they're just running around, scampering around.
How many?
There's a good 2 or 3. A good 2 or 3 of them.
How old?
They're about between 5 and 7.
And would they have...
I mean, I think, you know, because this presents itself to me like a wardrobe mess. It's kind of what I'm used to, really. But it feels maybe that at some time it was residential for officers rather than domestic, so therefore families would have been here.
Okay.
This room is... It's very difficult, this room, because these medals clearly hold energy and memory. I mean, every single one is a story, is it not? You
Yeah.
know? And that's just all I get here is that emotion. And I suspect when people come through here and they realise that, they also pick up on the emotion that I have no one like reaching out to take their medal and pin it on them. Do you know what I mean? I have no former owners of these medals. And I think some of them are probably living, to be honest. But the ones that aren't, I have no link to them at all. Might be different if I held them, but nothing at all.
David, obviously these medals mean a great deal to their owners. Would the
course.
medals themselves store some of the residual energy of that emotional attachment?
Only depend on how long they wore it, how long they held it. Do you know what I mean? How long they possessed it. Some are posthumous, nothing at all. It's a piece of cloth and a bit of metal.
Okay.
You know.
Let's move on through, yeah? I love the fact that as we go further on with this particular location, it gets darker and darker and the atmosphere sort of changes into each and every room that you go into. Now, what we want is activity.
Right. This is the first point right now that I've started to feel threatened.
Threatened by who?
Let's just try to get under there. Okay, I'm going to play this.
What?
What was that?
What?
Something banged over there. Did you not hear it? It's
No.
like, I thought it was the cable, but the cable's not.
No.
The cable's behind us. Okay. Right. The Royal Navy and the Royal Marines, people perceive them as the same thing, and to a certain degree they are. I was in the Royal Navy. Royal Marines and sailors have this thing. As soon as a Royal Marine gets on board a ship, they suddenly become soldiers. And as soon as a Royal Marine, don't hate me for this, gets ashore, they become sailors because they become cantankerous, they like. And this one individual is picking on the fact that I was in the Navy. So therefore what he's doing is he's insulting me because I was in the Navy.
Well, what's he saying?
He's threatening.
Tell me what
he's saying. He's just basically saying booties, which I would call them, are better than matlos sailors. But I want to come a bit closer because this one's a stop. This one does stomp around.
Who is he?
This one stomps around. I can't. This.
No, I was trying to get through to there because I've seen... is there somebody through there?
No.
I was trying to get past Stuart to have a look.
Is there anyone here? No.
It's quite clear. I thought somebody move across here.
He's presenting it full back.
Well, did anybody hear that?
Yeah.
What was it? Like an owl, like a...
Yeah, I have.
They're not picking us up now. We've gone too far out of the range of the radio, so it's come looking. But I saw someone in there earlier.
You did?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Stuart just was in the right place for me to get through.
Just heard. Can they hear us now? We're okay now?
here.
Just heard, like a... Twice. Did everybody hear it?
Yes.
Did you hear it, John?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you hear it, Carl, Stuart?
I definitely heard it.
Yeah. And also, I heard right behind me, like a rustling noise. Like
I heard that.
You did? Describe to me who this man is.
He's wearing full battle dress. He's got camouflage on, he's got the green beret on, and he's wearing full battle dress and ready for a fight. That's how he appears to me, absolutely ready for a fight. Now, I feel he hasn't died here.
He's not died here.
He's not died here at all, but this one has come back here because he's familiar. I think he feels very, no family. Do you know what I mean? The Royal Marines, everything to him, absolutely everything in his life.
I need you to give me an initial or a name or a rank or some information that Leslie can back us up with.
I don't think he's an officer. Right, I'm getting a first name. It's just a simple name. It's Billy. The surname is harder. Surname I'm having a real problem getting. Obviously, that's the important thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Give it to me. No, he's laughing at me. He's laughing at me. He's just taking their pee.
Is
and
he?
Playing games.
Well, why is he here? Why is he so angry?
He's angry at me.
Why? Because you were.
Because I'm a
in the Navy?
matlow. Yeah.
Because you're a what?
A matlow, a sailor.
Okay.
He's angry at me. Doesn't seem to be bothered by anyone else.
What time period is he from?
I would think he is probably around, again, quite young, 50s, 1950s, so it's not, you know...
And how old is he?
I would say when he crossed, he was probably about 35.
Okay, and how did he die? Are you picking up on that? In battle, or...?
No, accident. I would say it was an accidental death, and it was an explosive accidental death.
In this country?
In this country and around here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would say it was around here, accidental death.
I really need to push you for a surname or an initial of a surname.
I'd go for W.
Billy W.
W.
Billy, something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go for W.
Do you want to call out for him?
Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, I just saw...
What?
I just saw something move right across behind Steve again. I know we can't go for sound, but...
Hello? Can you hear that one? Is that like a woman's... Yeah, don't
Is it the cable on the floor?
Yeah, it could have been. Do you want to call out, David?
Yeah.
Seeing as we keep seeing this, don't we,
there.
flitting here. If he doesn't like you, maybe you can be angry with him and say,
Okay.
look, come on.
If there's any astrals here, any astral of a Royal Marine called Billy, if you want an argument with a matlow or an ex-matlow, then do something. Do something in the room. Personally, I've had nothing but respect for the Royal Marines. I don't have any argument with the Royal Marines at all. In fact, a great respect for them. What's that? Is that outside?
I think it's the cable, I'm not sure.
I know it's probably only light-hearted, doesn't seem like it on occasions, but if you want to make a sound in the room. Let us know you're here.
Oh? That's behind you, Nick.
Can you tap twice if that was you?
Yes. Yeah. Right. Okay. Keep your feet really still. Ask again, David.
Can you please tap twice as a sign of yes?
That was one behind Nick. There you go. Two.
Okay. Right, let's just check it. Did you die here?
Yes. Ask if
So-
it's Billy.
It wasn't Portsmouth. Is your name Billy?
Yes. Are you picking any of this up? You're hearing it?
Can I ask you, I hate to say this, but is it Wells?
Yes.
Yes.
Three for that. What does that mean?
Well, his name's Billy Wells. It was reticent to say it because it's my name.
Wells?
Yeah,
Oh, it's going
Still
mad.
mine. It's also, I've got like a couple of cousins though, which is why I was kind of staying away from it. You know? So that.
No. No,
No,
not
it's on the
touching
floor,
it. It's on
isn't
the
it?
floor.
I was wondering if it was touching this rather than the floor.
Ask Billy how many other spirits are here to count down.
Can you tell me, please, how many other beings, how many astral beings are here?
Six.
Okay. Can you ask him if he will do something else for us? Tap twice if he can.
Could you please do something else for us? Tap twice if you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it him who threw the coin earlier on?
Billy, did you throw the coin earlier? No.
Does he know who threw the coin?
Yes.
Yes. He does.
Let me just ask can we ask?
Yeah.
Billy, can you tell me, I know that you actually, I think you were only playing earlier with me because of my background, and that's fine. Billy, can you tell me, are we in any danger here from anyone else?
Yeah, it's coming from here. Both me and Carl are staying completely still.
A positive plethora of new information coming in there, a real flurry of it. Our historian Leslie Smith is here. She's working hard, even as I speak, to validate it. And you can give us your opinion too. Let's go interactive with Julian.
Thank you, Paul. And interestingly, there's two nights never the same on this show, and tonight lots of premonitions coming through on interactive. Claire and Wrexham, shocked to hear a voice beside her as she logged on to the Most Haunted website earlier this evening. The voice said, "I go there, Norman Finch, remember me." Could this be significant, she says, tonight? Ian in Worcester has a feeling that the name Herbert will be significant this evening. Carl in Skermersdale thinks there'll be a lot of electrical disturbance this evening, especially with the crew's equipment, so we'll see what happens there. Mandy in Rotherham thinks that a young gentleman is really going to scare Yvette and Kath tonight. She also thinks that David will channel this gentleman later in the show. And Georgina from Derby is sure the team will connect with a 29-year-old woman named Jane who is distraught. Lots of those coming in more later. Let's look at the webcams. Really, really busy. They're up and running on livingtv.co.uk. And webcam 1, the stairs to the first floor. Let's have a look. Alison in Stamford says she could see a dark figure that was leaning over one of the team as they stood at the foot of the stairs. Sarah in Liverpool says she saw a white mist at the bottom of the stairs to the first floor. It kept appearing and disappearing. It's very, very freaky, she says. Webcam 2 in the education room. Let's have a look. There it is. Tiffany in Hertfordshire says she saw a face by the dark chest in the education room. He was old-looking with long hair. And Jordan from Sussex says she heard a screeching noise coming from the whiteboard as if someone was dragging their nails down the surface. Horrible noise, and spotted on webcam 2. Webcam 3, Andrew from Norfolk, he says, "I've seen two figures at the bottom of the hallway there. It looks like they know each other and they're waiting for someone. He can't make out their faces, but they are tall." And a trend here, Thea from Plymouth, Anna from Cambridgeshire and Ellis from Sussex have seen mist moving along the corridor there. And finally, webcam 4, let's have a look at that one, there it goes. Claire and Angie in Lincoln are hiding beneath their duvet because they've been totally freaked out by a figure moving slowly from the bottom left-hand corner. They say, "Carry on the good work on Most Haunted Live." Now, our competition, here we go. This is your chance to win. 2 winners could be driving off with an absolutely amazing prize tonight. We're giving away 2 brand new Peugeot Luddic Snake scooters. Yes. And 10 runners-up of Most Haunted Live Volume 4, which isn't out until May the 22nd. The crew will sign these DVDs for you if you're a runner-up. 2 winners later in the show, but let's get the question. What is the name of the famous ship that sank near Portsmouth? Was it A, Mary Lily, B, Mary Daisy, or C, Mary Rose? Know the answer? Dial me, 09015 339910. Or if you're a digital satellite viewer, press your red button on the remote control right now. It costs £1. You must be over 18 to enter, and the lines open at midnight. Keep your psychic art coming in, by the way. We're trying to compare and contrast pictures we've got of spirits that are supposed to haunt the Royal Marines Museum with your psychic art. The fax number, all importantly, 0239 273 9495, or go to the website livingtv.co.uk. And don't forget, you can now get Most Haunted on your phone. Let's just do that. There we are. You can see Yvette. We've got ringtones and even the theme tune available now as well. All you do to get details on that is text Haunted to 88010 and follow the instructions. Each item costs just £1.50, so that could be rather fun. I wish you well with that, and more from Interactive a bit later on. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. And I know what you're thinking. What else is going to happen on tonight's investigation? Well, to find out, you're going to have to stay tuned. Back in a moment. Thank you and welcome back to Most Haunted Live on our final night, broadcasting to you from Portsmouth. Yvette and her investigations team are at the Royal Marines Museum. Let's get an update from them right now. Yvette, over to you.
Thanks very much, Paul. We're actually just walking through now into what's called the education room. Now, this room, again, is completely different. Big open spaces, some doors in the middle, quite sort of bare, a few pictures on the wall. but you sense it might be active.
Yeah, there's something, for me, it's like a tumbling energy about, it's probably, it gets colder, the energy's here, but it's like a great big tumble. It's a fight, it's people fighting. And it's just constant. It's like a constant ball of energy. So I can't interact with it. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it's just tumble, 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 tumble. But I'm trying to get what the fight's about.
And who's fighting?
These are Brian Reed's fighting. They're fighting, not as in like it's nothing to the death, but there's just a negative energy here of a fight, and I can't get my head around why.
And can you see these two soldiers fighting?
I think it's more than two.
Really?
There's 2 or 3 at least. At least three, I would say.
So it's got a big punch-up.
Big punch-up,
So
yeah.
big argument, big punch-up that's happened here in this room.
Yeah. And I think as a result of it, somebody may have died. As a result of, because they play hard, don't they? Because they live hard, play hard. And so there may have been an accidental death. Yeah.
All right.
Have you got a period for that?
I can't really tell you, Steve. It's not. I can't seem to interact with it because it's not.
You're,
do you know what I mean?
picking up on the energy rather than what you're actually.
There's no
seeing.
consciousness.
Okay. So what we might pick up in this room
Negativity,
would be from the emotions from that particular fight.
anger,
Okay.
those sorts of things. Yeah.
Now, Steve, you picked up something earlier on. When we were picking up the taps earlier on, we were communicating with the supposed spirit of Billy. What happened temperature-wise?
I was standing a little way back and I was taking the temperature 2 feet to your left side. And the temperature was going between 20.9 and 31.3. But interestingly, it seemed to be doing it in time with the knocks. I've been back to the area and I've rechecked the temperature and there's nothing wrong with the machinery.
So what do you think it is?
I've no idea.
David, I'm sorry, I do apologise. I just need to interrupt here because I have a problem with Billy and the fact that he's here. Number one, you asked the question and said, did you die here? We've got 2 taps. Which gives me the impression he died here in the building. But you can find out more about that. But I also have a problem with the fact that he's another rank, is he not? And there's something with this building that I can't fit in with it.
What do you mean? Sorry, Richard.
I need to know.
What do you want to know?
He's a private soldier, and I need to know why Billy's here in this building because of the nature of this building, without giving too much away.
Because you shut the rest down. Where else is he going to go? You shut the rest down.
What do you mean?
Well, everything here is now here because everything out there, people live in. You shut it down. So this is all he has.
Gotcha. So he's attracted back here because this is
all he has of his regiment. He's passionate about his regiment. He's passionate about what he does. Where else is he going to go?
I see.
And is he here all the time, Billy? Or do you think he comes in and
I
visits?
think he comes in and out.
Okay. Let's walk on a little bit more, see what else we can pick up. And maybe with this negative energy in this particular area, let's not go too far. I think we should stay in this particular area because if there's negative energy here, then maybe if we call out, we might pick up on something else.
Yeah, by all means, yeah.
Do you want me to call out or do you want to call out?
You call out.
Okay, everybody stand still. Everybody stand still, please. Hello, Ian. Oh, we've got our audience member. Hello, hi, you all right? Yeah. Okay. If there's anybody here, any spirit person here, any astral beings that would like to talk to us, Billy, if you followed us, please give us some sort of noise. There you go. It's right underneath us again. It seems to be, I'm sorry, Nick, but it seems to be always round you.
Here.
There it is again.
That was there.
It moved down, yeah.
Billy, if this is you, can you knock twice? That was 3 really quick, din, 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 wasn't it?
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Are they getting that in the studio?
Should be. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll try and get closer.
Okay, I'll ask again. Billy, okay. Billy, please can you knock very loudly for us? 2 big knocks if that's you. So faint.
Side.
Can you try harder? Please make it louder for us so we can all hear you, Billy. Are you with us now?
It's a dog, I think.
Yeah. Please make another noise in the room. Can you try and move something? If there are any Astral beings here, Billy, if this is you with us, please do something else. Try and show yourself to us, or touch one of us, affect one of us gently, push something. It's very, very faint. You can hear, basically, underneath the floor, you can hear it, but it's very, very faint, which is really frustrating. Billy, can you answer my question? Just knock twice for me, as loud as you can. Are you angry? Again, please, Billy. Please knock again. Thank you. Can you knock twice for me if that's you, Billy? Yeah. That was two very faint ones. Okay. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Just a bit on edge.
Are you?
Yeah.
What, is this because of this negative energy in this room, or of the... You all right?
Yeah, okay.
What?
No, that's okay, that's just how it affects me sometimes. It's because I think half of me is concentrating where I am, and the other half is trying to...
You want to go upstairs?
Yeah, I do, but I don't want to leave anything unturned first.
Let's go a little bit more, yeah? Ian, if you come out with anything, just shout out, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Oh, dark corridor into another room here.
So, Ian Shillitoe and Julie Staniland, our audience member, have arrived. We had a big result, though, I thought, there, from Steve Preston, our paranormal investigator, a temperature differential of 11 degrees. Now, I could see you rock back at that.
Yeah.
You're impressed by that, Kieran?
Yeah, I am. Steve Parsons, he was picking up using equipment. I'm always looking for some sort of objective measure of phenomena. The taps I'm always very suspicious of. I just basically don't get it. I think there's lots of natural explanations. But to get it tied in with this 11-degree difference is huge. I mean, if it's a degree here and there, you know, you could say it's something to do with outside temperature, that sort of thing, and bodies coming in, change it. But it's 11 degrees and it's altering, according to what he's saying, in time with the knocks.
We've impressed Kieran O'Keefe, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, that's good. Also working hard for us, we have our resident historian, Leslie Smith. Here she is. Give her a round of applause. Leslie. With another variation on the hairdo, looking very nice. We've had a lot of information, but it's been coming through in bits and pieces, dribs and drabs. What have you got for us in no particular order there?
What's very difficult about it is, of course, ghosts are being seen in military uniform, and there's just 1 or 2 thousands of those who've been there. And although it's a Victorian building, of course, they were actually formed in 1664 under Charles II. So we can hope we may get some early history link. The man with the dark rings around the eyes, unshaven, I suspect is going to be at the foot of a lot of the difficulties. I was there today, and I haven't been in a room that they haven't got to yet, that's at the top of the building, that's more distressing in my life, and I know why he had rings around his eyes.
And you don't feel you have any psychic powers, or are you sensitive to that kind of thing?
Sometimes we are, sometimes we're not, aren't we? It depends how we are in ourselves. I would say very largely not. But I have to say that what's waiting for them at the top of the building, I suspect, is at the floor of some of this. I'm looking at Billy Wells as well. I found American Marines. Of course, that uniform's quite different. And I'm trying to see if I can find this explosion, which I should be able to find. But my grave concern, if you excuse the pun, is the top of that building. That man, unshaven, with the dark ringed eyes. I think they're going to have a bit of trouble there.
And you're still going to be looking for a Billy W or a Billy Wells?
Absolutely.
And that 1950s explosion?
I'm going to go for all that. I'm going to go for the explosion. I'm still going... The name of the man with the rings around the eyes, I'm going for that at the moment. The White Lady, not really. I haven't got much strength there, not from children either. That doesn't mean anything other than oral tradition, of course. That's what we're talking about.
OK, more from Leslie later on in the programme. We're going to take the shortest of short breaks, back with more Most Haunted Live after this. Welcome back, and an especially warm welcome to our friends watching via FTN. It's their first night with us tonight. Now you know what you've been missing. This is Most Haunted Live, coming at you for the final time from Portsmouth. Yvette Fielding and the team have been down in the Royal Marines Museum. They experienced the strong energy of conflict in the education room. We're going to find out now where they are and what they're getting at this moment. In fact, I'm hearing we're getting slight problems on our OB. We can't explain why that is. So instead, I'm going to ask Julian Clegg to tell you how you can get involved in tonight's programme and go interactive.
Interesting, Paul, because a lot of people have been in touch about technical difficulties tonight. I mentioned this earlier because access fell off the air and we've had a problem there. Here's another one. Shane in Hone thinks the spirits could have something to do with tonight's technical difficulties. He's worried it could become a theme of the night. I do hope not, but thanks to all of you who've been in touch about that. Carmen in Dewsbury is totally spooked because her boyfriend predicted everything right last night, including the cannonball in the coffin. Carmen's boyfriend senses the team will meet a Lancelot this evening. That's interesting. Now, photo messages coming in thick and fast. Thank you for those. The number, by the way, I'll give you that in just a moment, but let's have a look at some now. This is the first one. This is a part of our experiment. Can you tell me, or draw for me, what do you think the spirits look like in the Royal Marines Museum? Here's one. No name on this, so when you send me a photo message, do say who you are and where you're from, but it looks like a military uniform. Thank you. The next one, Diane in Preston has sent this piece of psychic art in, but we've got the military uniform there. Thank you, Diane. Sue from Birmingham has sent us her psychic art and says the gentleman is about 35 years old with little hair. And Sophia from Newcastle took this photo of her two sisters in the garden. Only after they had the photo developed did they notice the orb. You can see it just there next to their faces. Now, psychic art, this is part of our experiment. I've got some pictures which I'm going to show later of people who are supposed to haunt the Royal Marines Museum. Will your pictures tie in with my picture? I wonder. Here's one here. Gentleman we think is called Peter. This is from the Midlands Ghost Research Society. A vet will be approached by this man, they say. Amanda, Martin, Julian, David, thank you very much indeed for that. Here's another one that's come through. This is the man on the staircase. Thank you very much indeed, Colin, in the West Midlands for that one. I think that one's quite similar in a way to this one here, which has come in from Tracy in Gloucestershire. This guy's got a pigtail as well. This person was in my mind. I tried psychic art, and that's what I've come up with. And will this lady come through tonight? That's what Becky says from Doncaster. That's her psychic art there as well. So thank you very much indeed for that. If you want to send in psychic art, we'd like to hear from you. The fax number, all importantly, here it is. Fax number 0239 273 9495. Or if you just want to text me a message about what the spirits are and describe it on a text, it's quite simple. You text haunted space EXP for experiment, and the number is 83088. More on that a little bit later on. Let's go back to Paul.
Thank you, Julian. And I'm going to hand the baton here at Most Haunted Live right over to Yvette Fielding. We can go live now, I hope, to the Royal Marines Museum in Portsmouth. Yvette, how are you doing there?
Fine, thanks very much, Paul. I hope you can hear us. I don't know what's going on, whether it's something here. I mean, Steve will back us up here. We're having an awful lot of sort of peaks and troughs with energy and electricity and...
It's on the temperature, it's on the electrostatics, and it's on the electromagnetics. It's going up and down.
Which may be...
Tell me what happened. I don't know what happened to you.
A really good explanation for it.
OK, well...
Come and stand
do you think
up.
that's paranormal, or...?
I haven't seen any other explanations, easy explanations yet.
OK.
OK, come
now,
nearer.
This is just a corridor off the education room. We've actually left Ian Shillito and Ian Cash. They're together. They've got a walkie-talkie. Hopefully, maybe they'll be picking on something up. OK, now, we're just going to squeeze through this door and we're going to go down some stairs. What are you picking up? Thank you. What are you picking up as we come down here, David?
My ears are popped. I think it's like pressure change.
God. We're coming down towards the cellar. God, can you smell that? It's just a really horrible, musty...
OK, Billy, you're here. I can feel you.
Actually
You've got
affects
to
your chest.
communicate with me because I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you can. How does everybody feel coming down here? How do you feel, John?
Come on, tell me what happened, please.
Okay.
Use your
it just
telepathic...
feels nasty down here, doesn't it? It's dark and damp and oppressive.
OK. How does everybody else feel? Richard, how do you feel?
This.
You don't like it?
It's damp, depressing, cold, and I don't know, it's worse part of our
Bedroom,
building.
2 days ago.
OK. Are we all right to go on, guys? Yeah? Carl, how are you feeling?
I came down here just a minute ago when you were upstairs on my own, and I could swear I could hear sort of breathing. And I came out to see if anyone was here, and no one was here, but it's like a...
Oh, let's get in there. Let's turn our torches off. Let's be really brave. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How dark is this?
You holding my hand?
I'm holding your hand.
Anybody near?
Don't anybody put your torches on. Because the more scared we get, the more energy we create. Therefore, we might hear something.
Oh, sorry.
One of the riggers standing in the corner. Okay. Do you sense anybody down here? What's in here? What? Did somebody just do that? Was that you?
Well, breathing. Yeah, that was me. I was breathing out. I was just
Okay.
having a psychic breath.
I'm just looking in here. What's in here?
You're right.
It's weird.
Oh, what was that?
I heard that. What was
That's
it?
Richard trying to
Okay.
go.
Should we call out?
Yeah.
If there's anybody here, any spirit people here in this building, I know you can hear me. Please, can you come towards us here? We're in the cellar, in the basement. Please give us some sort of sign. Can you throw something? Everybody stand still upstairs as well, please. Stand still. If there's anybody here at all, any spirit people, astral beings that would like to talk to us, please give us some sort of sign. You all right?
No, it just touched me in the back.
Yeah? Who's here then?
Something just prodded me in the back. If there are any astrals present, please make yourself known. Did you hear that?
What was that, like a high-pitched?
No,
What?
it was like a groan, a deep, horrible, menacing groan.
Have you got it?
I thought I heard that.
Have
in
you
my
got
ear.
it?
Yeah.
Can we rewind it?
They're recording back at the base.
Okay. What did you see, Carl?
I didn't see anything. I was just you saying. I thought I heard a.
You heard that?
Yeah.
You don't want to be...
I thought it was either this rustling or something, but that's not on anything.
Okay.
I think upstairs has come downstairs.
Who, Billy?
No, I think this is whatever's waiting for us upstairs.
Oh, it's come down here.
And I can't get a real fix on it because when you get something negative, sometimes the energy presents itself. You know, you hear me often say eyes and teeth. And that's how it presents itself initially.
Okay. I think I'm right in saying that I think they can hear that in the studio. I'm not
Really?
quite sure.
Good.
Oh, they've definitely heard it, yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Call out, David.
If there's anyone here, even if you're not normally in this cellar, anyone in this building, any astrals, please come forward now. Please show yourself. Touch one of us. Affect us.
You got banging.
I did hear a bang. I thought it was somebody moving. Obviously not.
Is anybody walking out there, Carl?
Nobody's walking up this way, no.
Okay.
Please make a louder bang if that was you, sir. Oh,
There you are.
I heard that.
Yeah. We don't want it to be the flipping banging rapping
No.
show. We want it to be show yourself. It gets so frustrating.
We're getting those energy spikes here.
You are?
Calls out, yeah.
Okay, well let me. Right.
Can you see those?
It sits around 1, and then when David calls out, I feel it jump up through.
Take your
the
torch
wall.
off.
Turn your torch off. Do you want me to try now? See?
Can't see it.
No.
Can't see it.
There
Ah,
you
there
go.
you go. So what does that mean?
I don't know.
Do you want me to call out?
Call
when
out.
David calls out, sometimes he's been jumping up again.
Get more aggressive. If
If
he's
there's-
aggressive, this person.
If there's anyone here who wants to talk to us, if you're down here and you want me to help you, then talk to me or do something in the room. I will help you as much as I can, but I need to know more about you. I know you want me to call you sir. I'll call you sir. I'll call you anything you like, as long as you
Yeah, I heard that.
give us some sound or some light. Do something to show us you're here.
Tap, bang.
Please, I can see you're in pain.
That was a loud one. You can see he's in pain. What do you mean?
He just looks in pain.
Is this the guy that was kind of all hunched over?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Any name with him yet?
Not yet, no.
Oh, come on! Do something! Do something else! Come on, give us some sort of sign, let us know you're around. Talk to us. See all these men down here? Give them a good push. Give them a whack. Come on, do something.
What was that?
Gee, are you sure? OK. Come on, please talk to us.
Some strange smells, you know.
That's because you stood next to Richard.
Thank you so much.
I'm joking.
You're all huddled in the corner.
Yeah, you are huddled in the corner. Why are you all huddled in the
I
corner?
don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, not at all.
What's up? You all right?
I've just gone in there to get out of the way, try and be quiet, and I've just gone up to somebody in the corner because to stand next to them, and I'm on my own.
There's no one in there.
Is no one in there?
You go into
There was someone, and I literally went to do this, you know, just stand next to someone like that, and they're not there.
Just feel a bit jumpier.
Jumpier in here?
Yeah, feel down. Maybe it has.
It's you.
Quiet, please.
Whoa, what the fucking hell was that then?
No, it's you. It's somebody putting their hand on your head to check
No, I've just been kicked in the shin.
Hey?
I've just been kicked in the shin.
What happened to you?
As John walked through, John got there, but as soon as he got his position, something actually kicked me right at the side there.
Welcome back to the final Most Haunted live from Portsmouth, where Yvette and the team at the Royal Marines Museum, before the break, something was heard in one of the rooms. David got a nudge and there was a noise which Kieran, our parapsychologist, our kind of resident sceptic, you looked at me immediately and said, you heard that. What do you think you heard?
Well, I definitely heard kind of a breathy sound. I mean, I'm putting a name to it, but I heard something, and then John verified that he had heard something on his equipment. The thing is, it could be a number of natural explanations. It could be cable dragging on the floor, and then the acoustics of that chamber has created a sound akin to breathing. It could actually be somebody in the room breathing themselves.
We have got the footage, though, and I would just say before we hear it that I actually wouldn't think it'd be a cable, simply because our team have been working so hard and know exactly what they're doing for so long now that I think we should maybe rule that out. Here, though, for you to make your own minds up, folks, is twice in a row that particular moment. Let's take a look.
Who's here, then?
Something just prodded me in the back. If there are any assholes present, please...
Who's here, then?
Something just prodded me in the back. If there are any assholes present, please make yourself known. Did you hear that?
Now, of course, it goes without saying that sound was not doctored at all. That sounded to me like a deep kind of inhalation. That was not, I don't think, the noise of a cable.
No, I can say, just listening to it now, yeah, I'll correct what I said. It wasn't the noise of the cable. But the great thing about it is we have it, we can analyse, we can make sure it wasn't actually anybody intaking their breath. I mean, there's quite a few people down there. It's a very difficult situation to own up if you have accidentally, you know, taken in the breath. So we need to make sure that nobody has
but
actually...
again, Kieran, I've got to pull you up. Lots of time the crew say, that was me. I'm sorry, that was me. I moved, I made that noise. So somebody would own up.
Yeah, somebody would, but like I said, there's a lot of group pressure. There's a lot of people watching. They realise, you know, the attention is focused very much on what David is saying, Yvette is saying. People are very, very tense. They're very, very nervous there. And also the fact is somebody may have, you know, had a breath intake but not realise that they've made such a sound. And everybody's going, oh, I heard a breathing sound, and it's a haunted sound. They may not think it was them.
Food for thought at the very least, though. Thank you for the moment, Kieran. If you've got a view on this and want to share it with us, one man can tell you how. It's Julian.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, the website, all importantly, livingtv.co.uk, and lots of text coming through on strange things happening at home tonight. Thank you very much indeed. Kim in Poole is watching the show with her friends. They couldn't believe it when the candles on top of her TV started flickering as if someone was blowing them out. It spooked them all, she says. Carl, Jackie and Peter in Abram think Most Haunted Live has literally sent their dog Bolan barking mad. When they took him outside to calm him down, they could hear all the other dogs down their street barking as well. Very scary stuff, they say. Stephen Upton has had a particularly spooky experience. As soon as the team entered the stairwell, the lights in his flat flickered, his dog barked, and the candle on his table went out. Very weird. And there's more. Billy is a sailor who passed suddenly and is confused. He needs to help passing on, and that's what's going on, says Noreen in Essex. Sarah and Tim in Ipswich can see orbs around David Wells. Paul and Ed in London have seen pale mists and orbs around the team. Megan and Joan in Telford have seen an ethereal young woman wandering around the cellar on webcam 1. And Brian from Milton Keynes says he's heard a voice on the television screen during the show saying, "Hear us." Interesting. And Bill from Edinburgh says that just before the team experienced the penny being thrown down the stairs, he saw a monk-like figure on the first landing. As this was happening, a light in his living room turned off and then back on again. Crazy. Also, a strange at home here. Sasha, Jasmine and Tracy from York says that whilst Yvette and David were talking through the investigation, we all heard, she says, about 4 or 5 men constantly whispering for around 20 seconds. Very interesting. Now, how do you want to be the sprawnciest person around town? In fact, 2 people will be the coolest people on the street because we've got a great competition prize tonight. We've got 2 brand new Peugeot Luddic Snake scooters to give away, and one of them could be yours tonight. 10 runners-up also walk off with the brand new Most Haunted Live DVD. There it is, signed by all the crew. It's coming out on May the 22nd, so you'll win it first. Here's the question. What is the name of the famous ship that sank near Portsmouth? Was it A, Mary Lily, B, Mary Daisy, or C, Mary Rose? Now, if you know the answer, get dialing right now. Here is the number, 09015 339910. Or if you're a digital satellite viewer, press your red button right now on the remote control. The entries cost £1. Mobile rates may vary, and you must be over 18 to enter. The lines close at midnight. We'll talk to the 2 winners on our Your Say show just after midnight, so I'm looking forward to talking to you and giving you a scooter. So get dialing and be a winner tonight. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. A lot going on now on our vigil. Back to Yvette now on the team. Let's find out the latest. Yvette.
White light. Let that light flow down through your crown, through your third eye, through your throat, into your heart, flooding your entire body with light. Then move that energy down your left hand into the person's right hand next to you to become a ball of that brilliant white energy. Now become a white light of attraction and protection. Stay protected within that white light. Amen.
Amen. You're right, Carl.
Okay, Carl.
What's the matter?
You're right.
What's the matter? Talk to us. I'm getting tapping underneath the table as well. Let's put our feet on each other's feet. Carl. Carl, what's the matter?
It's hard to explain. It's like I've got a metallic.
Oh, that's not good. A metallic taste in your mouth?
In my mouth, but it's in my throat.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay. I think in this room
No, but we want activity.
you need to be careful.
Okay. Don't let anything, Carl. Don't you know what you
especially
normally
this.
do, Carl. That just you've got to just block anything off.
Carl, please don't push it on.
Don't, Carl.
There's 2 emotions here. One is the most powerful emotion of all, it's love. And the other one is desperation.
Move your fingers back to the edge of the table. Keep it nice and light. Have you got your feet on each other's feet?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to call out, David?
Are there any astrals present? Anyone here present, please make yourself known. As the astral being of a male who took their own life. Please move the table. So if we can help you help you understand something, we'll do our best.
So someone took their own life here? Who took their own life?
I think the metallic taste is either blood or...
That's what tastes like blood.
You've got to be really careful now. I know Kieran and Steve will be thinking, is going to say, oh, it's also suggestion, but I'm starting to Taste. That taste. Who? Give us the name of the gentleman that committed suicide.
He's not giving me any names yet because what happens when you meet a soul like this is such turmoil and such torment that you've got to
Who's he? Give
get
us more
beyond.
information.
I think he's an officer.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
That's a cable.
He's an officer. Now, he was downstairs at a social gathering.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seems like to me. And then there's been... He seems to have got really drunk. That's why he was looking the way he was looking.
You're talking about the man that was crooked before?
Yeah.
Oh, that's him down in the cellar.
It's the
He's
same
here.
one. Carl, you're right. And I think he's been stewing and brewing over love. Love is the overpowering emotion here. And it's caused him to take his own life, so it's unrequited love.
How did he kill himself?
He shot himself.
When was this?
I think it could have been maybe in the 1920s.
Okay.
They don't seem modern. He doesn't seem modern at all.
The metallic taste that Carl's getting and I'm getting is that, you said blood. Is that what that is?
Blood, or it could be the barrel of a gun, because...
Okay. Let's call out a little bit more and then let's put our fingers on the glass.
If there are any assholes present, and please, sir, if you are here, please make your presence known so that we can help you. We want to help you.
Something touched the top of my head.
It was a razor. We used an old-fashioned razor to cut his throat.
So you're saying razor and David's saying gun?
Right, I've been shown a razor, an old-fashioned razor.
Everybody stand still because I've just heard tapping. Okay. Something just touched me on the top of my head.
Please, if you're touching one of us, please do it again. Please make it gentle. All we want to know is that you're here. We can help you. Were you a captain? You young captain, please tap on the table.
Let's put our fingers on the glass.
Down here. Steve, there's a really cold breeze here. I don't know. Where's Steve?
Can you hear the tapping?
Yeah, I can.
Ever so slightly. Okay.
There's so many people on the charge to get a clear shot of it.
There is anybody here? Put one hand up. Oh, did you hear that? Under the table? Twice. 2 knocks twice under the table, John. If there is anybody here, please, if there is a gentleman here, and a tap on the table. If there is a gentleman here who took his own life. Yes.
Yes.
Please, will you try and communicate with us? Please, we're using a board with letters and numbers on it. I know you know what it is. Please, could you push the glass to spell out your first name for us, sir? If you are indeed here with us now, if it's you, if you did indeed take your life, then please help us. We can help you. What's that gone to? Can't see.
I can't see.
What's that say? Yes. Okay. You have to help us out here in the studio because I can't see very well. Please, can you give us your first name? Please, sir, spell out your first name for us. Spell out your first name, please, sir. Don't be frightened, I know you're probably not, but please help us. Spell out your first name. Don't just play with us. Spell out your first name. Give us some information.
God, my head is...
I know it's very heady, isn't it? I'm feeling very heavy.
Yeah, this feels really heavy.
Did you just breathe right down, right?
No.
Oh, wow. That was really here, and it was a real... right behind me. Was that you that just breathed behind me? Okay, can you please spell out your first name? Please spell out your first name. Why does this happen? Why can he not spell out his first name?
Because he's educated, he can.
Yeah, no. Come on. Spell out your first name, please, sir. We can help you. David and Ian can help you.
Oh.
No.
I'm having a real problem
I know.
getting names
Okay.
and things because there's such trauma.
Okay, all right. You're so angry, aren't you? You are so angry you don't even want help. Are you still angry? That was a tap under the table. Do you hear that, John? Oh my gosh.
It sounded like it. There's a lot of taps then.
Please.
It's a really offensive smell. It smells like somebody's...
And again, there's taps all around the floor. You can't hear them at home because they'll be too quiet, but we can hear them here. Please spell out your first name. Please, if you can hear us and see us, spell out your first name. A.
A.
Keep going. Please give us the second letter of your first name. Please, sir, if you can hear me. Please. Please stop playing with us. Just spell out your first name. So, can you hear it? Can you get it in the studio?
I should be able to. I can hear it now.
Please give us the second letter of your first name. Did you kill yourself? Did you kill yourself?
I think the noise of the glass is drowning out the sounds of the taps.
Did you kill yourself? Have you killed yourself?
Yes.
Knock once for yes and twice for no. Okay.
We've not had this before, have we? We've had taps across my head.
I know my head's hurting too.
I've never dealt with suicide like this, do you know what I mean? It's...
Did you shoot yourself, sir? Not once for yes, twice for no. What was that one?
That was one.
Okay. Could you please give us your rank or number? If you don't want to give us your name, give us your rank or number. No. Did you hear that? 2 bangs for no.
Got 2.
Why not? What was a tap under the table?
It's like it's walking around.
So frustrating. I get so cross.
I suppose people don't really...
I
They
know.
don't know how we...
I know, and then you're dealing with this poor soul. If that's who it is.
He can get... I think he could get nasty because of the nature of the way he crossed. I'm just concerned that just this pure... It's a very pure, very raw emotion that's coming from him.
Oh. There's a bang on the floor. Do you hear that, John?
Sure can do more than this, just banging.
Welcome back to Most Haunted Live on our last night in Portsmouth. We left our vigil at an intense and disturbing moment. Yvette and our team were in the middle of a Ouija board session. Let's go right back there now.
Okay. Do you want to call out? Do you want to... Oh. B. A.
But you're okay.
Right.
You might not be finished.
What did that spell?
You're okay so far. Brack.
Brack.
Your surname?
Is that your surname? Is that your surname? Yes or no? Is that your surname? Brack. Please say yes or no. Is that your surname? Yes. Brack. Okay. Like something for Leslie to look. And you're saying that about the 1920s, David, this would have happened. Can you give us your first name, please? Thank you so much. Please give us your first name. B. R. A. M. Brown. Goodbye.
Oh. Got never gone cold.
It was very quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, come on, let's keep it up. Can you give us a rank? Can you give us your rank, your number? Oh, cold blast.
I've got that as well.
Cold blast of air all round
there,
the
yeah.
hands.
I never got it, so that's
Yeah.
significant.
Please get all round here. It's coming around here.
Okay. Show us where you are on the table. Please show us where you are.
Oh, I'm getting colder by the minute.
I feel it now.
Still laughing.
Okay. Are you angry? A. A, what does that mean?
Were you an adjutant? I don't know, I think if it starts with an A. Were you captain? Let's go through the ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Were you...
No.
Were you a lieutenant?
No.
Were you a brigadier?
Goodbye.
Were you colonel?
Goodbye.
Were you an admiral?
If he's military, is it possible we can order him to answer?
I thought so.
Try it.
We've
see
got
what
no
reaction you
seniority.
get. Well, just try it as a reaction.
Okay. I'm ordering you to tell me what rank you were. Were you a lieutenant? Were you a captain? Were you a brigadier? Were you a colonel? Were you a lieutenant colonel?
He's not playing now.
Are you
is he?
related to Al McCogan?
He's just not playing. Just keep going because Brack, what is it, Brack?
Brack seems like an odd name though,
And
doesn't
he said, Carl, are you all right? You okay? How are you feeling?
Could be a nickname,
Do you want us to leave here? You keep saying goodbye. Do you want us to leave here? Do you want us to leave you alone? No. This is not making any sense whatsoever. You're not making any sense to us. You can move this glass, you're spelling out certain words, but you're not making any sense. Please, sir, make more sense of what you're saying to us, please. Give us your first name. Is Bram short for Abraham? Are you trying to spell out the name Abraham? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Okay.
Sorry, could his Christian name be Bram?
Is your first name Bram? Is that your nickname? Goodbye.
We've got a link to Somerset, so I don't know if the girlfriend came from Somerset or he did.
Is that correct?
Is there a link to Somerset?
Why does he want us to... Why?
Just wants us out.
Well, if you want us to leave, please do something else in the room. Make a noise. My left leg. My left leg. I'm in absolute agony with my left leg.
Is it hurting? Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it cramping or is it?
Ah, right up here. It's like I need to crack it or something. Okay. Right. I don't mean any disrespect at all, but I'm going to have to do this. Yeah. Well, I'm not going, so come on, do something else. We're not leaving here. We need to find out more about you. Need help. A what? A-W. What? A-W was that?
W.
A-W. A-W, what does that mean? Come on, what does it mean? Help us out here. Don't go round in circles. Spell something out that means something. And we're not going until you give us some information. Do something else in the room. Do something else. Stop that. Stop moving the glass. Now make some sense, please. Come on, do something else for us. Pain in my leg's gone. I just heard a breath, breathing then. Don't know if anybody else heard it.
I think I can hear Stuart breathing outside. I can hear.
No, it wasn't. It was, I was watching Stuart. It was one of these breaths that, from the mouth, not from... Where are you standing? Are you standing around us? I'm calling out to the spirit person who's with us. Are you standing near us? If you are, please show us with the glass whereabouts you're standing. So you're standing right next to me. Are you affecting my leg? Is it you who I've heard breathing? Can you do something else? Affect me if you want. Do something else. Affect me if you want to. You've already affected Carl. Affect Ian or David. Do something else.
How is Carl? You're right, Carl.
You're right, Carl.
Yeah, I feel better now, I know that, so...
Come on. I'm sorry. I've just heard laughing. I just heard a man laughing.
What kind of laugh? Was it?
It was really distant. It was. Did anybody else hear it?
No.
Right. It was really, really distant, and it was like a young man's laughter. Like nothing sinister,
Right.
but almost just enjoying this, just sort of like a playful laugh. It might have been my imagination, but that's what I've heard. Right.
I didn't hear it, but I'm just wondering, when you said it was like a playful laugh.
Was that you who just laughed?
He just...
Please say yes or no. Was that you who just laughed? Did I hear you laughing? Please say yes or no. Did I hear you laughing?
Frustrating, isn't it?
It's like the banging again, because he seemed to communicate much more with the banging. Yeah, and it was quite loud, wasn't it?
Yeah. Have you got any more information, Ian?
I'm feeling really blocked. I really am, and I know that sounds stupid, but I can't get beyond. I cannot get beyond anything other than what you've discussed already.
Okay. Right. Should we try a little bit of aggression? Come on, let's join fingers and see if we can get the table moving or get knocking. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Right.
Yes.
Where's your foot?
Oh, sorry. No.
Your feet. Oh, there's knockings again. Right. Come on, please do something else. Come on, do something else for us in this room now. Touch one of us. We're not leaving until you do something else. Come on, if that was you who I heard laughing, you don't frighten us. Please, we want to help you. Affect somebody else here in this room. Come on. Talk to Ian and David. Why do you still want to be here? I don't understand it. Why do you still want to be here? Knock on the floor if you can hear me. You hear that?
That was a very faint one.
Yeah. Can you make those knocks louder for us or knock on the table? Oh, this is so frustrating. I can't tell you.
Black gang, to be honest with you.
It's just... Oh!
What would happen if we pay him no attention at all? Because he's thriving on the fact that we're getting frustrated trying to effect communication with him. So if we ignore him and not pay him the attention he's wanting...
So we have possibly Brack as a surname, Bram maybe as a first name, then those letters, I made it A-V-A-W. What can they mean in a historical context? We're going to find out from Leslie Smith after this.
I've got a metallic...
Oh, that's not good. A metallic taste in your mouth?
in my mouth, but it's in my throat.
Yeah, it's
That's not good. Yeah. Well, I'm not going, so come on, do something else. A what? A-W. What? A-W was that?
W.
Oh, this is so frustrating. I
I
can't
feel like
tell
a
you.
black gown, to be honest with you.
Hello and welcome back to Most Haunted Live on the last night of our investigations in and around Portsmouth, and especially warm welcome to the viewers on FTN who join us for the first time this weekend. We have had a lot of information, a lot of evidence, and as you just saw then in our Ouija board session, a lot of distress. Carl had to actually leave the circle. He was feeling so unwell and that horrible metallic taste in his mouth. Lots of evidence. Time for a historical update courtesy of Leslie Smith. Leslie, a lot of fragmented things to work on here. Should we start with that name? Brack, B-R-A-K, seemed to be a surname, and maybe Bram, as in Bram Stoker, the author of Dracula, as a first name. Bram Brack. Can you elaborate on that at all?
All I can say is that Bram, yes, indeed, is a known first name, although it's unusual. Brack, I'm trying desperately to find record of it here on the computer with the Marines, but I've also discovered that it's a German and Dutch extraction for the word break, as in break the circle. So that in itself is quite interesting. We do know for sure that young officers used to go in the cellars and have a knees up while the old boys were upstairs in the dining room.
So that whole idea of there being a group of people down there, an activity and a sense of jollification.
Oh, yeah, getting drunk, you know, leaping about, as you'd imagine, and the old boys passing the port on the first floor.
OK, so from something quite life-enhancing to something very dark indeed, that feeling of a suicide. Now, we had from David the sense of somebody shooting themselves. There was a vague sense from Ian that it was something to do with somebody cutting their throat with a razor, but Carl definitely got distressed and a very metallic taste in his throat.
Well, that metallic taste, doctors will tell you, can also be the taste of iron in blood, so that is known, something you can taste. What I can tell you is there's a long tradition that one of the Marines there did shoot themselves, and it's the thing I was dreading. Apparently there's very great distress in that part of the building, and people are quite, you know, even their big hairy boys are frightened to be there. And that distress is obviously what's being picked up.
When you say there's been a long tradition of a suicide there, there's no evidence. Does that mean perhaps it was kept quiet, it was covered up?
Well, we are on military ground, aren't we? And I'm not suggesting the military behave badly, but they don't necessarily give us all the information, do they? What I'm saying is there's no known evidence of it, but there is evidence that all the staff there know about it, and people have done for some years. The gun, of course, isn't that helpful in terms of time. We've had guns for a very long time in this country, but it feels like it's quite a modern
From your researches, would the 1920s have been possibly the time of this suicide?
Well, it's certainly not going to be that much earlier, is it? Because, of course, it's a Victorian building. So, yes, why not? A lot of people were very, very distressed after the First World War experiences, but it does, of course, depend how old this person is. He's a young officer, I think.
The other thing that intrigued me was we did get, and it was slightly all over the place, but we got AVAW, and that could well be some kind of signal or some kind of badge ranking, but there's so much information to sift through, it's difficult to narrow it down.
It is, particularly under speed, but I intend to do it as best I can. So what we've got to do is see if we can mess about with the letters and see if we can form something. I've got to look at insignia, I've got to look at various types of bits of information that we may have dotted around the museum. When we've got it, if we lock it, we'll make sure that the viewers know about it.
OK, we're going to keep you hard at work. Thank you very much, Leslie Smith. We're now going to turn to our interactive team led by Julian. Julian, what you got for us?
Thanks, Paul. Well, very busy on interactive at the moment. Lots more strange things happening at home as well. Adam and Andy in Bradford have had busily trying to save their hard disk on their computer, and it crashed as soon as they attempted to view the webcams. Jason in Tidworth can't control his Jack Russell. More strange pet happenings. The dog is barking at the webcams on the computer screen. And Lillian in Chatham can hear voices attempting to block out David whenever he speaks. Now, photo messages. These are coming in. Thank you very much indeed for these. Let's have a look at some more here. That one's a suggestion of what the spirit is that's haunting the Royal Marines Museum. Thank you very much indeed for that. Dark rings around the eyes there. Let's look at the next one. Sharon from Emsworth thinks this man is either Harry or Harold and carried a knife. One of our viewers thinks someone by the name of Michael will appear this evening, and there is the picture. It's great that you're sending photo messages of your psychic art. Really good, thank you. Debbie Essex drew this and got the name Colonel Tom. There we are. Again, dark rings around the eyes. And this is the officer who came down to the stairway. The name Francis comes to me, and he has a big gold buttons on his officer's uniform. Says Elizabeth in Bolton. Thank you very much indeed, Elizabeth, for that. Let's do the question right now, but the quiz, we've got 2 great prizes tonight. 2 winners are going to walk off with a brand new Peugeot Ludix Snake scooter, so you could be going around town in this. Here's the question. Yeah, it's good, it's good. And the runners-up walking off with Most Haunted Live 4 on DVD. It's out in just a couple of weeks' time. You'll be one of the first people to receive that, and it'll all be signed by all the crew and cast. That's really good, isn't it? Here's the question tonight. What is the name of the famous ship that sank near Portsmouth? Was it A, Mary Lily, B, Mary Daisy, or C, Mary Rose? Enter now. You haven't got long. The lines close at midnight, so dial right now 09015 339910, or digital satellite viewers, press your red button on your remote control. It costs £1 to enter. You must be over 18 as well. As I say, we close the lines at midnight, and we'll talk to the winners on your say after midnight. More from Interactive a little bit later on. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. Well, they've moved on from the room where they had the Ouija board session. Yvette was deeply frustrated. Let's find out where they are now. Yvette, over to you at the vigil, Yvette.
Please give us some sort of sign, let us know you're around. Are you here?
Oh,
hey!
That door just moved outside.
What's up with you?
Nothing.
Yeah, you're being really funny.
Why?
You are, you're just being really
fine.
strange. Don't be a bit all funny. What's up with you?
I'm fine.
Wait, what were you pacing around like a tiger? Why are you feeling like that? Are you just feeling aggressive? What's the matter?
Nothing, I'm fine.
Well, will you speak to me? I hate it when we're about to have a matrimonial. Will you just what's up with him, David?
I don't know. He is acting really strange. I'm a bit concerned that there's sometimes... All right. No, don't. I want to have it. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it, because you don't fucking scare me.
Don't be silly, Carl.
Don't. Just leave him. Leave him. I don't want it. I'm not going to have it.
Well, what do you mean? Who's there?
Well, I think he's using Carl as a vehicle. It's kind of flashing in and out.
Was that a bang on the floor?
Yeah.
Did you hear that, John?
Carl, you all right?
I haven't got a clue. Oh, what was it?
What's the matter?
I have no idea.
Yeah, but you must be able to explain to us what's going on.
I can't even...
You must be able to just give us some sort of explanation to how you're feeling.
How do you feel something you can't explain?
Yeah, well, try. What do you feel? Do you feel upset? Do you feel angry? Do you feel trapped? What do you feel?
I feel trapped. I feel depressed. I feel... I want to hurt somebody, but I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want to hurt somebody.
But why? Why do you want to hurt someone?
I don't know.
What's going through your head now?
I got this, I don't want to be...
What do you sense, David? What do you...
Just saw Carl punch me in the face there.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
That's why
Well, what is happening? Is Carl picking up on the energy of this man from where?
He's not picking up on it. What's happening is the man's going in and out. It feels to me...
From upstairs?
Yeah.
The man who killed himself?
I think it's the same energy. It feels... Because Carl had a strong link in the seance. What I'm trying to do is break it.
I'm mad. I feel like I'm going mad. My head is pounding.
Well, why don't you go out the building for a bit?
I'm not going to get out the building.
Pardon?
I'm not going to get out the building.
You know what? Wait.
If I do it, you knock me out.
You what? You were what? So
no, I just said Stuart, if I...
Carl, you need to try and break it. Remember I taught you about doorkeepers. Ooh.
What's the matter?
Just look.
What?
No, I just got a sight of his face. What's going on?
What's happened?
Taking you out. No, I'm fine.
It's all right. Everybody was fine.
I just got a sight of his face. It's fucking horrible. Here's me hiding behind you. I should be the way around.
No, it's all right. He won't hit me because I'll give him a belt back.
Carl, you're right.
Come on, love. Carl. Carl.
I'm fine. I'm just.
You're not fine. Come on, you're just being a bit strange.
I'm fine.
Well, then why don't you just go out?
I'm trying to do what David taught me to do to get rid of this.
I know, but then the best thing is to just basically go out of the building.
I want to stay here.
No, but why do you want to stay here if you're feeling really weird?
Because if it's not paranormal, then it's gonna. Then there's nothing to worry about.
Oh, don't look at me like that. Oh.
No, it's horrible, isn't it? I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
Because I just can see it in him. I can see this other man in him.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let's let... I think we should leave Carl like that, and I think we should carry on. Because if he's not leaving and he wants to find out for himself what's going on, then we should carry on here, yeah?
Yes, definitely.
We can carry on.
We can
Yeah.
go with Carl.
Okay.
Just please, Carl, remember everything I told you about doorkeepers. Don't
Don't
let him in.
Is he in one, you know, in lots of other different... Is he possessed?
No, I would say it's more of an... Because you can hear Carl. It's more of an overshadow. It's more of a... Do you know what? It's even... I wouldn't say that, not at all. It's intense. Carl's feeling the intensity of what this guy's gone through, and this guy's making him feel it. He's not in Carl because I can see him outside of him. Do you know what I mean?
Is he here now in the room?
Yeah, but he's affecting Carl, but he's not... Carl's not...
Well, then why can't he affect somebody else? Why can't he leave Carl and affect somebody else?
Why should he affect someone else? Because you ask him? He's affecting Carl because Carl's letting him. Because Carl, in some way, is looking for the proof. Do you see what I'm saying? He won't affect you because Carl's letting him do it.
Right. Well, let's talk out.
Oh!
Hey!
I got you.
Carl.
It's all right. It's okay. It's
Right,
okay. It's
Stu,
okay. It's fine.
He's fine.
It's fine. It's all right. Fine. It's all right. It's all right. Shh.
Where's Carl?
It's here. It's just that. Shh. Calm. Right, I think. You all right, Stu?
Yeah, fine, yeah. You just pushed me to the floor.
I think.
Just leave him here for a bit. I'll be fine. Leave him here for a bit.
Come on, leave him in here.
You all right, Stu?
Yeah, fine.
Come on. Out.
You want me out?
Yeah. Come on.
Okay.
Let's go out. We need to.
I'm really sorry. I'll be fine.
Come on. Come on, John. Let's... You all right, David?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry for shouting.
No, it's fine. Come on, if you're in here. If you're in here, then do something else. Throw something at us. Throw something at us.
Carl's letting him do it.
All right. Well, let's talk out.
Oh!
Hey!
We've just witnessed some of the most intensely disturbing scenes I think I've ever seen on Most Haunted Live. We saw a man there wrestling with something that was apparently trying to take control of him, trying to urge him to violence. David had images of himself being punched in the face by Carl, whom he's known many years now. Finally, Carl lashed out for no reason, under intense pressure against Stuart. Kieran O'Keefe is with us, our parapsychologist. Kieran, that to me was not only very frightening but deeply disturbing and beyond explanation. Would you agree?
Well, there's definitely something happening. It could be paranormal. That could be an explanation like David gave. Another explanation could be at the beginning of the show in the education room, David was getting this feeling about, two guys wrestling and punching. There was a fight going on. That suggestion implanted. Then during the whole evening, there's negative things, there's anger, there's these sort of things. What might be happening is something psychological. Carl might feel as though, in a way, he's role-playing. And I don't mean acting, I mean that he genuinely feels as though...
But you know Carl, you've worked with Carl.
I have.
Is he really a suggestible subject? With that throwaway remark of David's, which was said sincerely, can you honestly look me in the eye and say that Carl that Carl is under some kind of mild hypnotic suggestion? You can't.
I can say that because at the end of the day, we're all suggestible to some extent. And Carl, he respects David a lot, and that sort of statement would have a great effect on him.
He did actually mention David and say, I'm trying to use what David had told me about the Guardian, so... But at the same time, to then turn that violence on another friend of his, Stuart,
yeah,
would seem to me there is something very odd going on in that room.
There's definitely something odd going on. Is it paranormal or normal? I think that's for other people to decide.
OK, we're trying to calm things down in the room. We're also trying to keep the investigation going. Let's return now to an obviously very concerned Yvette and the rest of the team. Yvette, back to you.
Thanks very much, Paul. Well, Carl has returned. How do you feel, and what on earth was going on?
I have no idea. It was funny, I knew I was here, I knew who I was. I wasn't possessed or taken over, but I just felt like, I felt so depressed, like I'd been, I don't know, it was like I was drunk. It was just weird. It was like...
You know, a lot of sceptics are going to say, oh, well, you're acting.
They could say, like, I don't make this show for the benefit of skeptics.
Okay.
I make the show we make the show we try to look at the paranormal for some sort of proof. I can't explain that. If someone wants to say I'm acting, fine, go ahead, knock yourself out.
What do you say to it? What do you think happened?
Well, I think it was interesting that Carl was affected upstairs, and it seemed to me that this guy was following Carl around because, you know, we keep saying it, but Carl wants personal proof, and what that particular spirit saw was someone he could latch onto, and someone he could affect. And as once Carl was walking back down that corridor, when I looked at his face, it was just not his face, it was completely someone else. And with Carl, he wasn't possessed or anything like that, but what he was feeling was the intensity of the whole thing and the aggression towards it.
Can you assure us all and everybody at home, because I know Carl's got a lot of lovely people that love him to bits. He's fine.
He's fine.
He's not going to go home and say, you know, we're not going to be in bed together in the middle of the night and he's going to try and strangle me.
No, he's back in the room.
He's back.
I feel fine. I mean, I feel a bit sick. I've got a headache, and I feel absolutely exhausted. But I'm fine. Like I say, I haven't been possessed. I think it was just atmosphere, and it's.
I have to say, I felt absolutely nothing while all of that was going on.
I felt the whole atmosphere change. I was a bit worried.
What about you, Stuart? How do you feel? Because you were the one that was pushed.
It's very difficult for me because I'm actually on camera, so I'm trying to stay out of the way, if you know what I mean. But actually seeing my best friend and seeing something like this happen to me, it's quite disturbing. And all of a sudden I got it was like a push or a punch of some description straight out of the blue into my chest, and he actually put me on my ass.
And what about you, John Gilbert? Because you know, we've heard some funny things down here.
We have. When I was watching that whole thing, I got the best view of it, the grandstand view, following it around, and it was scary. He didn't know where Carl was going to go. He didn't know what he was going to do. I just wanted him to not go for me, obviously, and it was, like Stuart said, you watch your friend in, torment, absolute torment. It was horrible.
Well, we've got a planchette here and some paper, and what we thought we'd do is see if maybe we could get some sort of contact again with, if not this same man, then somebody else, and see if we can get a name or some initials or something. So should we put our hands on the planchette and see? Are you all right, Carl?
Yeah, I'm fine,
Sure?
absolutely fine.
All right. Why don't you call out Carl, seeing as I think that's a good idea. Do you, David?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do it, Carl?
If the astral being is around us, and if this is you that was showing me or guiding me in a certain way earlier, please try to communicate with us by this planchette. Write something. Or draw something.
Can't see. What does that say, Stewie?
Doesn't say anything. It's like a V.
A V? I'm just checking it's working. Yeah, the pen's working. That's it. Oh, no, it's not worked. Okay. Let me just check. Okay, try again. Ask him to spell out, give us his first initial. You can hear me. It's just one movement. Unless that was a V again. An eye.
Looks like an eye.
Okay.
So it depends which way you're looking at
Yeah.
it, doesn't it? Because it's either a...
Yeah. Please give us the second letter of your first name. Oh. What's that? Oh, for God's sake. Is this pen working or not?
It's working.
It is working.
Sometimes works itself out.
Yeah. Try here. Please give us the second letter of your first name. Second letter of your first name. Is that lifting?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, God.
It is.
The planchette's lifting off the paper. Can you do something else in the room for us now? Do something else. Oh, it's lifting. My God.
Fascinating, but we do have to take a break. We'll return to find out what further results we can get from that planchette with Yvette, with Carl and with David after this. Welcome back to Most Haunted Live. I know you want to be with the programme, but you don't want to be here with me. You want to be with Yvette at the Royal Marines Museum, and that's where we're going right now. Let's go back.
Okay, well, we're actually still down here in the cellar. We've actually given up with the planchette because we were just getting sort of little tiny marks. But the most interesting thing was the planchette was actually moving, which we've never had before. It was actually starting to tilt up at one end, which was quite strange, and then it just completely stopped. And we've kind of been chatting, haven't we, sort of saying how, you know, the energy 1 minute seems to be here and then it seems to sort of go. So we've asked the rest of the crew to come down. They're on their way now because we are completely at a different end to the rest of the crew, the different end of the building. So they're on their way down here. What we thought we'd do is we'd actually sort of stand round in a big circle, all of us, and basically do a sort of standing séance and see if anybody else might be affected by what happened to Carl. Carl, are you all right now? Back to your old self?
I feel fine now. I have to admit, I'm trying to go over my mind and I mean, I was aware of what was happening all the time, but it was kind of like it was a different person. But you kind of, the trouble is, you after that, you kind of, I mean, I was just filled with absolute rage, but then you kind of think you feel a bit embarrassed. You feel like you wet yourself in public.
Shall we start? Is it worth starting
Yeah,
us in this
let's
circle and then the others can join when they come in? Yeah. Johnny, do you want to get in anyway, or do you want to stay out there?
I'll stay out.
Okay. All right. Go on then.
If there are any astrals present, please make yourself known. Come and join us, use our energy. Maybe create some light anomalies in this room. Make some sounds. Gently affect one of us.
Okay, Ian, do you want to come and join in the circle? Richard? Ian and Kath, come and join the circle. His hands. Okay. Kath. Okay. Keep going.
Gently affect one of us, and I mean gently. Please show yourself in light form.
My leg. My left leg.
Again, your left leg.
No, I can't, it's throbbing. It's actually at the top here. It's actually in spat. It's going doo-doo. I can't explain it to you. It's like I'm losing the feeling in my left leg.
Maybe this is okay. If you are affecting Yvette because you lost your left leg, maybe you lost it. But it's a sensation.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
condition. True. If you're giving Yvette a condition of when you died, if you're an astral here who died, and make a sound. Oh, there's a thumb. Did you get it, Johnny? Mm-hmm. Okay, tap once again if yes, you're affecting Yvette because it's a condition. Yeah, there it is again. You're right, Yvette.
No,
Do you want to kneel down a bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please take it off, Yvette? She's felt it, but you're aware of it. Please take it away from her.
Give it to somebody else.
Yeah, let someone else feel it. Gently let someone else feel it. So they too can have proof of your existence.
Oh, it's like it's going numb. Do you know what I mean? I can't...
Exactly. Like you've sat on it and then got up again.
Sorry, carry on. That was me.
If you died here, let us know by tapping the floor just once.
Right, Carl. Yeah, I'm just saying, Wigan is absolutely shaking like a leaf.
Why are you shaking, Wigan?
I don't know, it's just... I honestly can't explain what's going on. I just can't explain it.
He's absolutely shaking like a... It's really quick. Vibrations.
Can you feel my pulse?
I've got a sensation there's one behind every one of us. I don't know.
You're kidding, really?
No, I don't know how Ian feels, but I just feel there's a different one behind each one of us. It feels...
What, a different spirit behind each one?
Yeah. Well, certainly something behind each one of us. They're not aggressive. I'm not. There's maybe one, but...
Each and every one of us should have a turn at shouting out.
Yeah, perhaps.
I've done enough talking. Go on, Ian.
If there's a spirit behind every one of us, why don't you touch us? Touch one of us on the top of our heads? Anywhere else in the body? Make us go cold? I can feel slight energy change behind me.
I've got prickling on top of my head.
My head's gone icy cold.
It's gone really like electricity. Like
Yeah, the temperature is changing.
Has it?
It's dropping.
It should be going up with this amount of people in the room.
Well, let's just use all this energy then. If there's enough, if there's as many of you as there is of us.
Right.
I've just got pain now in my left side.
Gently affect one of us. Right.
Sorry, yeah.
Carl, you're right.
I'm fine. I'm actually concerned about Wigan. It's getting more and more.
I was complaining to Ian before about I had a real pain in my solar plexus, as if I've been... But you know when you get punched in there? And it just felt like that before when we were upstairs and I was outside when you were doing the Ouija board, that's when I started feeling a bit of pain.
But you're shaking, the shaking's getting worse.
It really is.
David, do you get the impression that most of the spirits that are here are ex, or still think they're Royal Marines?
I think there's a high percentage, obviously, but not all of them. By no matter, there was a female. There's that sort of custodian figure as well.
Yeah.
Let's keep calling out.
Okay. Why don't you make a noise then? If there's enough of you, there's a stone floor. You can all join forces. You can use all your energy, all our energy. You can make a massive bang. Let us know that you're here. Affect one of us very gently. Show us how you died, whether you know you died. Tap on the floor in the centre of the room. Make a bang. Bang on the ceiling.
Okay, swaying. You sure?
For the spirit that's affecting Yvette. You all right?
Yeah, it's just my side. I'm alright. I'm fine, carry on. Honestly, carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the spirit that's affecting Yvette, can you take that off, please? Remove it. We know you're here. There's no need for it to be there. Please make a bang. If you all died in this room, in this building, use the collective energy There's enough of you. There's enough of us. There's no reason why you can't make a noise.
It's like a shortness of breath, but it was also only a moment to go. Just
What the hell was that?
What?
Did you not hear that?
No.
Did you not hear it?
No. Can I make a suggestion? Why don't you or Kath speak out? Because what we're reading didn't respond to a woman.
Yeah, that's true.
Go on, Kath.
Can you give me some respect and speak to me as a woman? Can you make a sound to show that you're here? Make a sound on the floor.
Should we breathe out then?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Come on! Do something! Come on! Do something else! Fuck! John!
Okay.
Right, somebody help, for Christ's sake. John, get him on his side.
Okay.
John, can you breathe? John.
Security!
John, you okay?
Is he out cold?
No. John, just
Give him some space,
hang on a minute. Right, just lie him on his side. Shh, too many people, just...
Yeah, no, let Steve in.
Yeah. It just needs to be turned on his side, that's all.
Straight over on the side. Let's take the sound sheet off, please.
No, just leave him.
Just chill.
God, he's shaking like a leaf, John. There's some water there behind you on that shelf.
Yeah, some
You're right, Tom.
behind Steve.
Thank you.
Oh,
Little sips, isn't it?
right. Take little sips of water, sweetheart.
It's weird. I felt like my mouth was forced open and then just my head exploded. Literally.
It was quick because you just went.
I didn't feel anything before. I wasn't feeling apprehensive, you know.
What was that?
What's that?
What was that?
Like a moan or a cry.
What was a moan?
It was.
Like a,
Yeah, exactly.
Must be outside.
No, it wasn't here.
You're right.
It was in the corridor. Is that corridor down there?
Yeah, you need to go and have a bit of fresh air, sweetheart.
Yes.
Take the water with you. Got it, your stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They will be trained inside this building, particularly at the air parade where they were using cudgels and...
You just come up with something. You just come up with something.
What?
Oh.
Steve's just come up with something.
Yeah, just my leg coming out of sleep.
John just said his mouth was forced open and his head exploded.
Is it?
Ah, right, so you didn't say anything.
Why haven't you said
Steve
anything?
just said, yeah, he said, isn't there a technique, which there is, and I know they teach the Royal Marines, where you disable someone, if their mouth's like that, you can force their mouth straight open. I mean, the idea is to get and take the tonsils out, but...
This is remarkable. We are giving John time to recover. The programme is nearly over. We're going now to Julian for your interactive comments, and I'm almost speechless, Julian. Over to you.
It's been incredible tonight. Interactive has been so busy the last 3 nights. Very quickly on the webcams tonight. Webcam 1, sightings of a dark figure walking up and down on the stairs on webcam 1. Lots of people saw that, and also saw a small child perched there. Webcam 2, the education room seemed to be inhabited by what looked like children most of the evening, and so many people told us that. Webcam 3, popular sightings tonight included the presence of 2 males in naval uniform, and I'll come to that again in a moment. And webcam 4, the viewers made some fascinating sightings during the Ouija session. They felt that a figure was standing beside Yvette during that and definitely directing its laughter at her. Now let's resolve the experiment. Lots of psychic art, and I think these are the most interesting ones. First of all, Janet says, here's the kind spirit, there's the malevolent spirit, and that ties in with other ones here. There's one there from Irene. Is this the malevolent spirit, Harriet and Norwich? Or is this the one, Claire in Bradford? And then here's the one that really interests me. Is this the kind spirit, Isabel in Slough? Look at that. And then let's look at the photo I was asking you to compare with through your psychic art. Let's have a look. Put that one up there. And there is our psychic art from Isabel in Slough. I think that's pretty good, actually, Isabel. Thank you very much indeed. That's almost it for tonight, but not quite, because your show's on the air after midnight. Kieran O'Keefe's going to be with me, talking to you on the phones. 09014 900 999 is my phone number. Let's talk about tonight's show. Interactive back in June. Access All Areas is back in June as well. We'll see you then. Paul, over to you.
And plenty of terrifying stuff to talk about with Julian. Let's go straight back to the vigil with Yvette. Yvette.
I feel better enough to get back in there.
Do you want to come? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm here, darling. We're all here.
I wouldn't.
I know. I'm just saying. It's gone really, really cold. It's gone really, really cold, and the thermal imaging camera's picking it up as well. How is John? We've been down here. Is John all right, Carl?
He's actually fine. He's had enough water. He's going to come back in.
Okay.
Apparently, the glimpse of Ian actually doing his job was enough.
Okay. You say the temperature's dropped dramatically in here. You all right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah? You sure?
I'm not positive, to be honest, no, but I don't want to miss out on what's happening.
Okay. How are you feeling, Ian?
Just before John went down, I was just feeling it was just like a shortness of breath and a tightening of the chest. But
See, I've been feeling that, like a shortness of breath. Yeah, definitely. Okay, go on, someone call out, anyone. Go.
Yeah. If there are any Royal Marines still here in this building,
what was that?
This was.
It's like a coin or a chinky.
I had a whistle.
Was that?
All right. Yeah. If you're still here, this is the last bastion of the Royal Marines here in Portsmouth. This is your museum. This is your pride and joy. How many officers used to be billeted in here? If there are spirits of Royal Marines still here, please make contact with us now.
Okay.
Can I just say to you, per mar, per terram. Per mar, per terram. You know what it means. It's your motto. It's been your motto since 1775. Come and speak to us. Please let us know that you're here with us now.
Okay, Carl, you ask out.
If there's any astral being here, if you are one of the Royal Marines, please respect us. Please respect Richard's request. Show us you're here. Touch one of us. If it's you that was around me earlier, do it again. There's a lot more people here now. If it's you that affected John, please affect somebody else.
Ian?
If you're the man, Billy, that I met upstairs, the one that made the chair move, the one that vibrated the chair, there's same age people as you here. We're all young. You know, we can communicate. We're on the same level.
It's getting really cold again, and I'm just really dropping in temperature. It's all around my back. I'm finding it hard to breathe as well. In fact, I feel like poo. I just don't feel good. How are you feeling, Ian? Do you feel unwell?
just not unwell. It's just I could just feel a throbbing in my chest as if I've been punched, and just as problem breathing.
I said that before, though, didn't I, David? I said that to you before.
How are you feeling, Kath?
Just strange.
Yeah.
I'm actually boiling hot.
You are boiling.
Boiling hot.
You're hot.
Yeah.
So am I.
So
I'm sweating.
I'm freezing. I'm so cold.
An absolutely remarkable weekend. We must thank the crew here at the New Theatre Royal and our own crew. We must thank Yvette, Carl, of course, David Wells, Ian, Richard, Steve, the whole gang, Ruth as well. We must also thank the interactive team in Kieran O'Keefe, Leslie Smith, our audience here and at home. I've been Paul Ross. This has been Most Haunted Live. We are back in June in Wales. Make sure you're there. Thank you for watching. Thank you.
Oh! What? What's the matter?
Ooh, do you feel that?
Something just pushed my chair like that. Come away, sweetheart. Besides. Whoa! You don't scare us. Oh! John! John!
It's almost like it's...
Oh, sorry. Oh. The face of a man with a long... Why? Is that what you've got? Please don't tell me it is. Oh! Something, something. Did you hear that?
I can hear it again. Something just
That's not good. Yeah. Well, I'm not going, so come on, do something else. What? A-W. Oh, this is so frustrating. I can't tell you. Let's talk out.
Oh!
Hey!